why you should stop paying into your pension. Hello future investors, and welcome back to another weekly episode. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope all of your investment goals are going as planned. Now today, yes, I'm going to be talking about pensions. Now I know the title of this video and the intro will catch some attention. It is a very broad statement, and I'm going to cut straight into it. Now, why do I believe you should stop paying into your pensions? Well, it's a very broad statement, isn't it? But there is a lot of truth to it. I'm currently reading a book by Andrew Craig, and it's called How to Own the World, and it's a plain English guide to thinking globally and investing wisely. And I've got to say, the book has blown my mind. It is extremely interesting, and it is resonating with me very, very well. Now, I'm currently on a part where he is talking about pensions, and as I was reading it last night, I thought, do you know what? This is so true, and I couldn't wait to talk to you guys about it. So the reason I'm saying you should stop paying into your pensions is because, according to Andrew Craig, he believes that the government pensions that we get, at least here in the United Kingdom, are not going to be around by the time we are able to retire. And in the UK, we're looking at a retirement age of around 67 to realistically probably more like 70 years old by the time us younger generations can actually retire, possibly even later. Now in the UK, you do get a government-backed pension. This is a pension from the government where they give you an allowance essentially to retire on. But this money is very, very small. I have in fact looked into it myself, and it is a very small sum indeed. And without equating for inflation, this figure is even lower than it first appears. A lot of people won't be considering this. They'll be looking at the number that originally pops up at the end of their retirement, telling them how much they have on a monthly basis. And although it is still poor, they probably think, I can just survive on that. But what they're not accounting for is in 20, 30, 40, possibly even 50 years' time, that balance is going to be worth next to zero, because the buying power, because of inflation, will have devalued that monthly amount massively. So what's the next recommendation? What should you do? Well, a lot of you will be paying into workplace pensions. This is a pension where you pay a monthly amount out of your salary, out of your hourly rate, out of your wages, essentially, and your workplace will pay either a matching amount or, if you've got a good company, a little bit more. Now, this is actually a very good pension, but there is some things to remember. When paying into pensions, the one benefit is that your money is not taxed. When you pay into a pension, it's actually a great way of taking that money out of your wages, which is going to be taxed, and putting it into a pension, which isn't going to be taxed. However, the negative of these pensions is that you have no access until retirement. So that money is locked away. Now, as an investor, as an entrepreneur, at least something that I'm trying to become an entrepreneur, you always want access to your money so you can have liquid cash for maybe when you spot opportunities such as investments in buying properties, etc. Now, that may be a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, the fact that your company is contributing money to your pension, it can actually potentially give you a nice pension pot by the time you retire. Now, that's fine if you're somebody that just wants to plod along, you're happy working, earning a wage, going home, paying your mortgage, and you're not interested in investing, buying index funds, hedging against inflation by buying gold and silver. You are just simply there to earn a paycheck and come home, pay your mortgage, and have a nice dinner, go out for takeaways. But you're really not interested in bettering your financial future. You would just say a plodder. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people, in fact, most of the population is like that. But if you're watching this video, I'm going to take the assumption that you are not like that. You're like myself. You have ambitions. You want to become financially free, financially intelligent, and you want to better the future for yourself. Now, I would recommend, and Andrew Craig also recommends in his book, if you are that person, someone who wants to become successful, financially successful, an entrepreneur, so to speak. Maybe you want to invest in property. Maybe you want to put a lot of money into your S&P 500 index funds, or maybe you're just looking to absolutely hammer money into gold and silver bullion to hedge against that inflation and also let that profit go up in the decades that you hold it. Then this possible scenario may work better for you. When you're at your company, you can actually select the amount you want to pay into your pension. You have a minimum and a maximum. I would recommend, as does Andrew Craig, that you actually pay the minimum. Now, I am doing this myself. Why? Why am I doing this myself? And why would I be recommending this? Why would you want to pay a minimum into your pension? Because when you retire, you're going to have a very small pot. You've just told me that the government pension that you give me is next to worthless. So why would I want to put the minimum in? Well, you have to be someone that acts on this. You cannot just say, yes, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be financially successful. I want to have a financially good future. And I'm going to lower my pension amount to the minimum and absolutely do nothing with it. That is a negative. You do not want to do that. If you are going to lower your pension to the minimum percentage that you're putting in, you need to be doing something with the capital that you are now taking in your net pay. Now, net pay is what you take home after tax, whereas gross is what your company, for example, will pay you before tax. So by lowering your pension to the minimum amount, putting it in each month, that gives you more liquid capital to put into investments. Now, this of course is going to work much better if you're a younger person. If you're in your 50s, this probably isn't advisable maybe to someone like you. It depends when you're looking to retire. If you're looking to retire at 70 years old, then you've still got 20 years of investments. Then that's actually quite a good opportunity for you still. So there is time, even if you're an older person. But generically speaking, most of you will be younger people who are looking to figure out, should I put the minimum or maximum into my pension, or should I invest elsewhere? So by doing this, by putting the minimum amount into your workplace pension, this gives you more capital to release each month into assets. Now, you could do that by investing in a high yielding index fund like the S&P 500 that sort of has a good yield, currently at around 14% on average a year. And it's also very low risk. That's much more than your pension is actually going to give you. You could invest every single penny into gold bullion. As we know, gold bullion's gone up over 600% in just 20 years. Or you could do property. You could save that money, put it towards extra savings that you're saving from maybe private work, from cash flow from elsewhere, and you could put it into a buy-to-let property. If you're not looking to buy a property that needs a lot of work, you can buy a turnkey property that is all ready to rock and roll. And this is a property that you can simply buy and rent out straight away, giving you cash flow. Now, not only is it giving you cash flow, if you're holding it for that long term as almost a pension pot, you can hope that there's equity in that property. So not only are you getting cash flow from it, you're building up the equity in that property. So you can see by lowering your pension amount, you can potentially take that money and put it into much better assets than what your workplace pension will be. Because quite generically, a workplace pension will be okay, but they're not necessarily best suited for your personal and specific demands. It's a very broad investment fund that is quoted for the general population and the general corporation that it is doing it for. So I hope you understand this video. Please take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying what I believe is a good way to really become financially free in the future. As we know, gold bullion, index funds, property, they're all great ways to do it, but quite often you need the capital to be able to put into those assets. So by lowering your pension pot to the minimum per month, that can give you the capital, but you must remember to actually act on it. It's all very well saying you're going to do it, lowering that pension amount, and then just going and spending that money on fruitless things that mean nothing and give no more value to your future. That is not a viable decision to do. If you're that person who doesn't really have that self-control, then pay the maximum into your pension. Be a plodder, go to work, earn your wage, pay your mortgage, pay your bills, go out and have fun. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you are someone that wants to be successful, an entrepreneur, then this could potentially be a very viable option for you. But if you don't agree with me, just buy the book, How to Own the World by Daniel Craig. This is not an affiliated advertisement in any way. I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. You can even see my bookmark in here. So if you want to know more about this, and this video has left you with more questions and answers, buy this book, and that should give you the answers you require. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, a thank you to the channel members. They are a massive part of the channel, and it really helps the growth. You can find all of their channel links in the description below. You can click the links and it will take you to all of the channel members' channels. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of your time watching my investments, my investment videos here on Future Investments. And until next time, I will see you all in the very next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye, guys. To watch another episode on Future Investments, click the link now.